We here, baby. It's
We
going
here.
down.
What is
We
popping,
got a great
everybody?
show. Jersey the King, Double G. We're in the building,
Sir.
baby.
Yes,
If y'all
sir.
ready for a great show, sit back, relax, and let's tune in. Let's hit that
Let's
intro,
vibe,
Gabe.
baby.
Welcome into the Gridiron podcast. I am now officially the co-host of the Gridiron, Jersey the King.
Damn.
And right there to my left is my boy Double G, Gabe Garcia, in the building, the new co-host of the Gridiron.
Yeah.
Happy to have you here, man. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, man. I'm good, brother. What is up, familia? Good morning. Or if you're over on the East Coast, it's past noontime right now, but
About 1 in the afternoon over there.
yeah, man. It's all good though, man. I'm happy to be here, brother. I appreciate you, man.
And look, he
This is
starts us
always
off.
fun, man. Of
Look how he
course.
starts us off.
Yeah.
Every time. Welcome in everybody watching on
A hooker on a
my
lollipop.
Facebook-
That's pretty hard, man. That's
Bro,
pretty hard.
This is what we deal with Hit. But no, we love you, man. Welcome in, Hit. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Thank
What
you
up,
for
Hit?
everybody watching on my Facebook channel, Gabe's Facebook channel, and both our YouTube channels as well. So if you aren't there watching, you're doing something wrong. That's all I got to
right.
say. But
That's right.
we got a good show for you guys today. With Gabe coming in as the new co-host, it's gonna give the show a little bit more excitement. You know, you guys are gonna get two different perspectives on a lot of different topics. We get more fan mail as well. Now we have fan mail coming from different angles because some fan mail is gonna go to Gabe, some fan mail is gonna come to me. You know what I mean? So make sure you guys go ahead and drop your fan mail questions at thegridironpodcast@gmail.com. And I will definitely get those questions asked and answered right here live on the show. Gabe,
Yeah.
we got
What is up,
a
brother?
lot to talk about, man. The preseason started.
Man.
The XFL has been doing some crazy transactions behind the fans. Is back, and we're not having it, Dwayne. We're not having it, Danny. What's going on? I'm not understanding this, so we're gonna definitely get into that. Also, what the hell? Are we getting more conference realignment? And is the Pac-12 really just going away? We're gonna get into that as well. But first,
horrible. Hey, I got a confession to make though, dog. Like you talked about preseason kicking in. I don't know if this like takes a hit on my fan card, but why? I don't know why I don't get as excited for preseason as most people do. Like I actually see people that like they get hyped and then they're like freaking cheering about a team winning a preseason game, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? And they're like, I don't care. You're not a fan. Okay. All I'm saying is, if you take preseason a little too seriously, don't be getting mad because I don't, man. Because all I care about when it comes to NFL preseason is seeing the new talent that they got coming in. That's all. I don't care, like, me being a Cowboys fan like you, I don't care if Dallas loses the damn game.
Me either. It's the preseason. I'm not worried about the preseason.
It's the individual performances that I care about.
And I was just going to say that. What I'm looking for in the preseason is individual performances from first string, second string, third string, fourth string, whoever the hell comes in the game.
Angel, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Angel? How are you today? Hit says usually Angel, my fan mail goes to whoever wants to answer.
Yeah.
Well, Gabe's now in Discord as well, so you can send him fan mail questions in Discord as well, bro. So he's now in the Discord. Preseason is like pre-com. It's okay, exciting when the real game.
That is a hell of an analogy, Hit. Damn. Hit's
bro,
game already, man.
Already. Right. He's starting the morning off right.
Man. That's funny.
What's going on, everybody? One thing we are going to talk about, speaking of the XFL, I want to go ahead and get into this and knock this out. What are these XFL transactions that are going on? There have been some recent claims to players from the XFL Combine, as well as the IFL to XFL Combine. Basically, these guys are getting drafted without us seeing it or knowing about it until they post it.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of this stuff too, man.
What are your thoughts on that, man? Like,
I feel like, okay, the XFL right now, and I talked about this with you off air before we came on about how I feel like right now they're trying to it's kind of like a trial and error type thing. You know, this is their first off season after a successful season right now. So they're trying to see what works, but I'm still a little bit dumbfounded by what they're doing here, because you want people to get excited about these players. Okay, don't just put a report out there, you know, a media report. Oh, so and so was drafted today or was signed or something like that. Make it a big deal, man, so that everybody can say, I've never heard of this dude, but they're making it a big deal. Let me go and hit Google real quick and see what's going on with this. Because the way they're doing it right now, it's kind of like, you know, the equivalent of when the NFL right now is signing like camp bodies. So nobody's really interested except for guys like us when there's spring football. But the XFL doing it with players that are coming in, they can't treat it like that, man. They have to make it a big deal, because right now NFL's getting all the love. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So if you want to keep the casuals a little bit interested in what they saw from the XFL this year, at least give us some interest in the players. Make it look like you guys actually care about these moves that are being made, and put it out there for people to see, man. Put it out there when these guys are actually going to get drafted. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it, man.
Because the way I'm looking at it as well, it's like I'm looking at it the same way. Like, you're not giving us the excitement that we want when it comes to letting us know about this information. You're just posting it like, hey, this guy got drafted. Go check him out.
Yeah.
What's going on, Andy? Exactly. Welcome in, brother.
Hendo, what's up, brother? Glad you could join us this morning, man.
Welcome in. And it's like just posting, hey, this person got drafted. Hey, that person got drafted. Like you said, there's no excitement there. They're not giving us any information. They're not making it a super big deal. You know, it's like, okay, we posted it. Now you go research about this person. And it's like, why? You know what I mean? Why do I have to go and research about this person? When you post it, post a clip of them.
Thank
you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like TJ Edwards, I believe his name is, the quarterback from the Frisco Fighters in the IFL. He just won the league MVP, I believe, in the IFL. He got drafted to, I think, San Antonio. I believe he got drafted to the San Antonio Brahmas. They posted it, but they don't post no video clip. They don't post no highlights from this past season where he just won the IFL MVP, the league MVP for the IFL. So it's like, you didn't put the news out there with any excitement. You didn't put the news out there with, oh, this is eye-catching news, but it's also exciting news. Hey, get excited for this player. Watch this. You know what I mean? There was nothing to draw our eyes to this player. It's like, okay, well, let me go look him up, I guess. Especially
that's what I'm saying.
Fans. You know, they're like, okay, well, TJ Edwards got signed. Okay, where's the tape? Where's some highlights? Where's something on him? Now, okay, screw it. Now I got to go look it up myself.
See, and the problem with that is like, you're not going to have an interest in going and looking it up without that little sample of a highlight. You're like, damn, you see this dude come in, like if it's a defensive player, you're going to come in and hit somebody, and you're like, damn, I got to see more on this dude. And that kind of gets you a little bit like it's a little bit of a tease. All right, this is the dude we got. But when you're just putting it out there with nothing, no hype behind it, it's like, okay, well, they don't think it's a big deal. Why should I?
Exactly.
You feel me? So I really think that's a whole, in my opinion, that's a marketing error right there.
Yeah,
I understand they're still making, you know, and I mean, also their social media teams got to be on it too. To be honest, their social media teams have to hype these dudes up. I mean, if their marketing team's not going to do it, then that falls on the social media teams, and that's a failure on their part, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah, I agree with that hit. It's like fans cheering just to see the mic check guy.
Yeah.
And just be like, yeah, okay, type energy. Yeah, it's like, meh.
Yeah.
What's going on, Pat? Pat, welcome in. Pat Ruffino,
What's
same
up,
writer,
Pat?
XFL writer, and USFL writer as well. You can go and check out his content on YouTube. Go follow him on Twitter as well. Pat says the lack of QB movement is a bit daunting to me. That's my thing too. That's my thing. I'll be going. He said I'll be doing a breakdown of the newest claims, but that's not my job. I know, right? That's
Exactly.
you.
Like
You shouldn't be
it's
having
bad
to do
when
that, Pat.
exactly it's bad when the people outside of their, of the XFL's actual people on their payroll, the people
Mhm.
outside of their payroll are actually the ones that are informing everybody about these moves, informing them about these
Exactly.
players. And I mean that it's just backwards. You feel me? It's backwards, man. So
And then what
man,
kills
this is
me
not
as
your job.
well, what kills me as well, bro, is not only I was just talking about this on the Fan Gang Nation show this past Thursday with B Hawk Live co-host Daddy Ed and Amanda. Now I was talking about the XFL should be reaching out to us. You know what I mean? Reaching out to the guys like us who are covering them, who are writing about them, who are putting out content about them, podcasting about them, the whole nine. If we're doing all this legwork for you guys, why don't you go and do us a favor and help put us out there?
Exactly, bro. Like how much do you think it would help you with your Fan Gang Nation show if you were to get officially recognized by the XFL, and all of
Bro,
a sudden that opened up access to so much more content that you can put together to promote the XFL? You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? Like that
Just like
that
the
would
B
do
Hawk Live show.
wonders.
The B Hawk Live show has been going strong for years. They started the X Fan Legion that has all these different shows. Now we have an Orlando show coming. Um, your show with the Renegades is coming. My show's here. We have the Rough 'em Up podcast for the Houston Roughnecks. We got two shows for the Brahmas, the Horns Forwards, and the Smoking Guns podcast. And Smoking Guns also covers the San Antonio Gunslingers from the NAL, I believe. On top of that, we have the Player 54 podcast. We have the XFL Insider podcast. The Player 54 podcast is with Michael Lathrop. The XFL Insider podcast is with Matthew Tyler. Then you got Pat Ruffino's different podcast shows that he does and covers the XFL. Then you have the XFL Newsroom. Then got the XFL News Hub. You have all these different type of podcast shows and just different people out there covering so much. And then most importantly, you got the X Fan show, the guys who started it all, A-Train and Dirty, who brought out this whole XFL movement and fan base gathering. You know what I mean? They've really brought the fan bases together, and they're doing something big with these different shows that we have coming out. You know what I mean? And like Pat says, sorry, show this video. It should have been broadcast by a lot of channels. That's what I'm saying. So you got to imagine with what A-Train and Dirty are doing just alone, if the XFL were to reach out to them, right, and say, hey, you guys are doing a lot.
Yeah.
We want to recognize you guys and everybody that you're doing whatever you're doing with, the whole XFL movement you got going, the whole X Fan Legion. We want to showcase that. You know what I mean? We want to help promote that because it's going to help promote our league. If that were to happen, bro, the endless possibilities of where we can go and the things that we can accomplish by doing that and being a part of that and getting that clout and that push from the XFL directly, man, it's no telling. You know what I mean? There's no telling what heights and limits we could reach. You know what I mean? But it will benefit not only us, but it will benefit the league as well.
Exactly. And that's the thing, man. Like, they can turn around and say, well, you got to come with a proven type of following. Well, you know what? What you can offer me is going to help my following.
Exactly.
In which case, it's going to help your league because they're trying to get exposure, like we've talked about before, to, you got the hardcores like us, of course. But what they want is they want the casual fan because that's where the money is. That's where the TV comes into play. When you've got the casual fan interested You know what I'm saying, Ben? What the casual fan wants is they want an outlet to be taught about the game, to be taught about the league. And that's where guys like you and me and the X-Fan Nation and stuff come in. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Like, you know, I get it. You know, you let us in the door a little bit, and we're going to bring some people with us. We're going to bring some people. Yeah, we'll do the legwork. You just let us bring some people in here, and we'll get a crowded room in here for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because if we get the recognition that we need, then we'll give the fans and the teams and the, you know, everything will get the growth that it needs. Period. Yes. Fan attendance for all these different individual teams. Because why? Like I said, we're almost at the point we're now just missing a Seattle show and a DC show. Once we get those two shows, and once your show comes out and the Neon Green show comes out for the Orlando Guardians with Michael Lathrop and Deuce, bro, we're going to have a full squad literally for the X-Fan Nation, or excuse me, the X-Fan Legion. The Legion is actually going to be complete when it comes to individual teams having a show. So with that, we're not only going to bring out the fans around the country, but the local fans. We'll be able to go out and touch base with these local fans and get these local fans to not only watch our shows, but start showing up to the game, start supporting the teams, and really engaging with the teams as well. And that's the main thing, guys. We want that fan, and as fans, we want that fan and team engagement. We want those meet and greets more so than just once a week or once a month. You know what I mean? One week out of a month. You know what I mean? We need that shit consistently. That's why I say the XFL needs to make a decision on really moving these guys, these players to their respective cities and allow them to live there during the off season, as well as the beginning of, you know, training camp and everything like that. They have the money. We were talking about this on the Fan Gang Nation show this past Thursday with Amanda and Daddy Ed. We were talking about the XFL has the money. It's the fact that the owners aren't going to take none of their personal money, more than likely, and put it into doing something like that, because it could be done. The Rock has enough money by himself.
Yeah. Instead, what they want to do is protect some of that money by doing investments, you know, you know, if this was me, if it was me, and I'm sorry, maybe it's hard for me to speak from his side because I'm not a freaking multimillionaire. You know what I mean? But if it's me and this is my baby and this is something I'm truly passionate about, the way he is saying that he is and he's shown to be, then why not? Why not? What else are you making that money for? You know what I mean? Put a little bit of your money into it. Make sure it's going to kick in. Make sure that it's going to give you something that you can be successful at, man. So all I'm saying is if I had that many $1 million, I might just catch a couple million and say, you know what? Let me just throw this into the pot here and let's see what we can do with it. You know what I mean? So I just feel like they have an opportunity right now. Like this off season is going to be a big, I guess a seesaw. You know what I mean? It can go one way or the other, man. Like the things that they're doing this off season are either going to prove for an even more successful second season, or they're just going to be running in place. You know, and the key here is growth for season 2. Anything beyond growth is a failure, in my opinion. Kind of like the USFL this past season. So I don't know. They got to get on it, man. They definitely have to get on it. So, damn, hey, y'all, just don't be tripping. I see y'all looking at my eyes. They're like, damn, look at his eyes all jacked up. No, I didn't get socked up by some freaking drunk Philly fan, okay? I've been having allergy issues, man. I had to see my doctor yesterday. I'm looking at myself like, damn. No, it wasn't no damn. I didn't get into no fight, man. I didn't even know it looks like it. Said something wrong about Jalen Hurts or something like that.
That's hilarious.
Fighting with the Dak hater or something like that, man. I promise you guys, man, it wasn't that, all right? I'm dealing with some stuff out here.
That's hilarious.
Pray for me, man. Pray for me.
No, but honestly, I think that if they were to definitely put more into what needs to be in this league, it's like, okay, like we were just saying, they need to build a training facility for all these teams. practice field.
Yes.
They do that.
Yes.
Boom. Help these players move into an apartment. Why not?
Make them roommates.
The Rock just bought an MMA fighter a house.
Yeah. You can't buy your damn
whole house.
You
can't help. Man. You can't move your players into a damn apartment.
I mean,
and let them go from there.
With the kind of connections he's got too, though. You're telling me they can't invest with some kind of, to get a contractor, put up an apartment complex just for your players, and the staff. Yep. Even if it's a smaller complex, you can make these guys roommates. I know you can do it. I know you have the investors and the ability to do it. Just show that you want to. You know why? Because a lot of these players, man,
cities.
Yeah,
especially in these different cities, bro.
We talk about how they need to get out there with the fans more, but another big part of it is they're still trying to draw good talent to the XFL with the USFL out there and the NFL calling and practice squads. They're trying to get the best talent they can that's available to them. And if you want to do that, you got to make it enticing to the players as well. So you have to make it to where, look, if I'm living in this city, it opens up everything for local endorsement money to come in for players.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So that really just having them in their cities is big. It has to happen at some point, man. It really does, because you want to bring in better players. That's something that can entice them to do that. You want to bring in the fans. That's something that'll bring the local fans out with these players. And that's how you grow. That's how you grow.
Because these players can start doing events themselves. These players can just be like, you know what? Hey, I want to do this event. I want to hold this event. I want to do this. I want to do that with the community. And now these kids are going to come out like, oh, you play for the Vegas Vipers in the XFL? All right, I'm watching next season. Mom, Dad, can we go to the XFL game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now these players are being able to bring in more fans to the games. Now these players are able to bring in more of a bigger crowd to these games. The fan attendance will be through the roof.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says The Rock just seems like he just put a little in, and now it's like, I did enough. Y'all better figure it out. Y'all better figure out the rest. Like, bro,
I really hope that's not his mindset, man.
Yeah, I don't either,
really hope
because
that's not.
Like you said, you bought into this and you're lacking. Like, you have the money to build these different training facilities around the league. Especially once they figure out what's going on with Houston and where they're going to play this upcoming season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if their contract may be fucked up with Camping World Stadium in Orlando, they need to figure that out as well as how long renovations are going to take on Cashman. Will they be ready in time for the upcoming season for my Vipers? So there's a lot of different things that they have to figure out as well. But on top of that, I said, I feel that they can easily put some money into, like you said, a housing development or an apartment complex and renovate it just for your players. It's only 53 players that's going to be on a roster anyways. You know what I mean? So boom, put them in an apartment complex that is solely just for them. Okay, cool. Private complex. You know what I mean? It's in the cut somewhere. Players have easy access to getting to practice and all that good stuff, right? Boom. Build them a practice facility next to the field or close to the field that they play their home games at. You know what I mean? Build them a training facility and a practice field a mile away if you have to, whatever the case. But find an area close to the home field that they're playing at. Build that shit. You're good to go. You know what I mean? Now you got the players and the coaches living in the city that they play for, and they have a training facility and a practice field to practice at and train at. So why is there a need for a hub in Arlington? Now you can just have the Arlington hub, the headquarters of the XFL.
I don't like the whole hub. I don't like the hub. The hub thing makes me think of USFL when I hear that term. You know what I mean? And we both have freaking, banged our heads against the wall about that whole situation there.
Definitely,
so
bro.
I agree, though. I mean, you got these teams and cities where there is an opportunity there to meet with investors. There's hell, if you want to put them in Arlington, if you've got this NFL/XFL little deal going on, whatever the details of the deal that they've got going on, why not try to get your guys, your money men, to meet with Jerry Jones and say, look, we're not trying to steal no Dallas Cowboys shine, but we play right across the street from y'all. What can you do to help us grow a little bit that's going to make you some money? Because we know Jerry Jones is all about making money.
Yep.
So a lot of these teams like Philadelphia that are in the cities where there is NFL teams, there's access there. The key is getting the right people for the XFL to get out there and meet with these guys and convince them that, look, what we
Like
have is a
St.
product that
Louis.
can help you make money.
Like
Yeah,
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis finally
And-
has a pro football team back in their town.
Yeah. Oh, and they loving it. They're loving it.
And they're
They're
loving
loving
it.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
problem is the city's not repping it like they should. Like the
They're not.
promotion, the marketing. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. They sold out the Battle Dome, 38,000.
Mm-hmm.
Over 38,000. Sold that bad boy out. But if just imagine how many more tickets probably would have been sold if the marketing was done correctly for all these teams. Just imagine, even at Audi Stadium in DC, hell, Camping World in Orlando, beautiful stadium. They have a wonderful stadium to play. Yeah, just imagine if they could fill that thing up.
Yeah.
And with the transactions they've been making over this offseason, I think Orlando's going to do pretty good next season. I think all the teams are going to do very well. I think Seattle's going to be the only one that has issues with quarterback, but I think
they'll have
all
options
the
though.
teams are gonna,
They'll have options though.
I think all the teams are going to do pretty well. I think it's going to be a way more competitive season next season.
All I know is my Arlington Renegades fans, man, y'all better get out there, man. You've got an XFL champion team now. Okay, you've got a champion now.
Read that. Great point. Great point.
Needs to take notes from Vince business-wise and start being aggressive and start going hard, because if not, just pull out and save people's time. Exactly. This right now is the time to be aggressive. You're going to lose money. He said he knows this. Okay.
So if you know
aggressive, get out there and throw everything you've got at it. Everything you got. Almost like on your last lifeline. Yeah,
he's got so much money coming in from movies, from TV shows. Hell, still got money coming in from wrestling. You got money coming in from Teramamu Liquor. You got money coming in from Project Rock. You got money coming in out your ass, bro. It's coming from every angle. Put some more money into the XFL.
That's all we're asking.
More money into it.
I know it ain't our money to ask that, but you know what? We're some of the people that are loving.
What was the point of buying the league?
Pushing this league, yeah,
exactly. Yeah. What was the point of buying the league?
Pushing this league right now. So
eggs in that basket.
You want to talk about it being a fan league? All right, well, we're fans, and we're telling you this is what needs to happen, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different thing when you're up there. When you're in the penthouse, you don't get the full feel of the people at our level. You know what I'm saying? And the people that are at our level, they're the ones that we're the eyes that they want, but that's not going to get bigger if you don't listen to people like us, like the average.
Here's an option for the XFL. We spoke about this on the Fan Gang Nation show this past Thursday, me and Daddy Ed. Local owners. Bring in local owners.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of league cost away.
Yeah. I think if something like that were to happen, though, it's going to be a season or two, because
of course,
there's politics and finances that got to get worked out, and then you would have the XFL. It would all depend on how much power the XFL is willing to give up. You know what I'm saying?
Then you have to have a players' union.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to have an XFL,
and the XFL would also have to be willing to give up a lot of power, because they won't have full control over these teams, over their marketing, over all that, but that is a way that they're going to have to go at some point if they want this thing to succeed.
Hey, Sandy, welcome in. How are you today? Thank you for being here.
How you doing, Sandy?
Like Angel says, yes, local is always better no matter what. Yes, because if you bring in that local ownership, then you have some real funds going into what these teams need, like building a stadium or a practice training facility with a practice field.
What else do you get though? What else do you get from local? One thing you get from local
advertisement
is local advertisement, but you're also, if you're bringing in local ownership, That means it's somebody that actually knows the community there where the team's at. They have ties in the community. You know what I'm saying? And when you've got ties to the community and your local ownership, like why do you think it is like in in certain cities like mine where local businesses can just last for freaking decades, man?
Yep.
They're not bringing in big money, but the locals love it
Love 'em.
because they support local, man. And you get a local ownership behind your team. Oh man, that's all you need right there. That's all you need. Then you can start expanding outwards.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And then on top of that, it brings out, like you said, not only the local advertising, but the word of mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did you hear? Hey, dog, did you hear our favorite grocery store, or our favorite mom and pop store, or our favorite shopping store, whatever, our favorite franchise out here where we go and spend money at? Hey, they just bought the local XFL team. Now they're the owners of the team. They're promoting the team. Let's start going to the games. Why? Because we rock with y'all. You know what I mean?
And what happens when you get local like that? You start getting local businesses doing giveaways for tickets, merchandise, pushing the team out there. And all you're seeing is like, if it's in Arlington, is the Renegades logo everywhere. And you're like, damn, you know what? We need to go catch a game. You know,
when you got the Renegades logo being splattered all over the city just as much as the Dallas Cowboys logo, then you already know that word of mouth publicity will work. When you've got what teams we have? Orlando. You know what I mean? When they're sitting here, there is no NFL team in Orlando.
No.
So take advantage of that football market.
And that's why people in Orlando love, like, they're like the IFL. You see their other teams that they have in the indoor football league, and they support that stuff, man, because they're hungry for a market like that.
There was a lot of people that supported the XFL team. There was a lot of people. Jesse, welcome in, bro.
JP, what's up, brother? What's up, my brother?
He says my favorite adult video store owns.
Right. Free tickets with every purchase.
Angel says word spreads like wildfire in small towns, even brings in more clients from tourists coming in and going back home and spreading word to their hometown.
Exactly. Yes.
You got to imagine, just look at the Orlando area, right? People come from Miami. People come from Tampa Bay. People come from Tallahassee. People come from Jacksonville. And guess what? They were like, hey, that Orlando Guardians team is getting a lot of traction out there and a lot of popularity out there in Orlando. Let's check them out, because there's no other XFL team in any other city in Florida. Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no longer a USFL team in Tampa Bay. There's no longer a Vegas or a Vipers team in Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? So there's no other team in Florida in the XFL. And if they can get that word of mouth around that whole area, that whole state, they'll get people traveling from the whole entire state just to go and watch the games and attend the games and support the team. Why?
Exactly.
Because people love sports. And if you can get them on the bandwagon to support a team just because it's in your state, that helps too. Hell, you can't say, well, I can't be a fan of the Guardians because I like the Miami Dolphins, or I can't be a fan of the Guardians because I like the Jacksonville Jaguars. What the hell does that have to do with that league?
I don't give a damn.
You know what I mean?
Hell, I live in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I like the basketball team for the Aggies here, but I can give a damn about the football team. You know what I mean? Because I like the Miami Hurricanes. I don't never even been to Florida. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Yeah, but but exactly what you're saying. That just kind of, exactly what you're saying. The thinking like that it really doesn't matter. Yeah, you've got some people like that, but I think the XFL needs to realize that people aren't going to care about that. You know, Orlando, the people in Orlando, they want some football. St. Louis wants some football. You know what I mean? So let's keep it there and just build on it.
More revenue for local businesses. Exactly.
Yep.
Because when those people come from the game, especially if you get people that are coming out of town to those games, and those local businesses are supporting they're supporting that team, we go, oh, well, we're going to stop in this restaurant before we head back home.
Yes, exactly. You
You
know,
know what I mean?
you got little local restaurants giving like 15% off of merch or something. You know, just little deals like that they can do with the
Or
local
hey,
spot.
if you attended the XFL game, show us your ticket stub and you get 20% off your meal. What?
Exactly.
I'm there.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So much could be done if they really rock with the local advertisement, the local news stations. You know what I mean? If they really get a marketing deal with the local news stations as well. I
And
think they
it's
really
like
need to do that.
hit says, you know, he said, don't just sell your ideas to business people. Spend the time selling your idea to the common people. And that goes back to what I said earlier about when you're in
Yep.
the penthouse, you're not hearing the mutters of the common people below. You know, we're the common people. So maybe just
Exactly.
take a second to go down there, listen to what we got to say, and say, you know what, this is what they're saying they need, that they want. So stop thinking that you know what we want. You know what I'm saying? And maybe just listen to us a little bit
He
because we
said it's
may
like
not be these millionaires, but come on, man, we know what we're talking about.
he said it's like comparing Pokemon cards to Yu-Gi-Oh cards. At the end of the day, they both card games people enjoy.
Damn, man, that's
That's a good
fighting words,
analogy.
man.
But that's a good analogy because if
Yeah,
you look at it, why comparing them?
yeah,
Just like comparing the XFL to the USFL or the XFL or the USFL to the
enjoy them
NFL
both,
or
enjoy it all.
enjoy it
Yeah,
all. It's football. We all love
yeah.
football. So at the end of the day, if you love football, watch these different leagues. See if it
It's like how
interests you.
we're gamers, bro. Like we don't sit there and say, "Nah, dog, I don't want to play that game because I like this one better." Who gives a damn? Play them both. You
I'm gonna
can
try
do.
this one.
You
If
can
it's not what
enjoy
I'm
it.
feeling after I'm playing it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Then I can say, okay, yeah, this ain't for me. I've actually tried it. You know what I mean? I've actually, got
Flerick,
to
what's up, brother?
experience the game.
My fellow
Oh
cowboy fan,
yes,
Flerick Lazoya. What is up, brother? Hey, that's
DC4L baby,
y'all
DC4L. Let's go.
yeah, man.
Had to post that.
His son
Had to put that up
his
there.
son is out. His son is out there, man. He's out there. I had him on. Fabian. Fabian, that's his son. The one that
Oh, word.
local athlete here, man. So he's out getting ready to play some college ball, man. He's out there
Man,
already, man. So
your
best of luck to your boy, Flerick. Yeah,
your boy is going to be a monster. He's going to be a
man.
monster. And you want to know why? Because his head is on his damn shoulders. He knows exactly what he wants and he is focused, man. When I heard that
That boy stepped
interview,
into my studio, man. I was like, damn, dog, how old are you? Hey, look at that boy. Yeah. You can tell that boy's got some power behind him, too.
that's
man,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
But I think the XFL just need to get their shit together during this offseason. They need to listen
yeah,
to the fans.
and I think they're going to be fine, to be honest, because of I think a lot of people are already excited about the XFL season next year.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like I said, trial and error right now. But listen to people like us. I'm not saying that we know the business side of it, but we know what it is we want. We know what it is we want. You know, we're the average fans, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're the average hardcore fans. We're telling you, look, man, this is what we want to see more of. Maybe open an ear to that a little bit. And you never know, man. Hey, we might know what the hell we're talking about from that standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Do you guys realize how big this city is, but how small it is? It's a big ass circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
A huge circle. But it's so compact. There's so much shit. You know
Everything
what I mean? And then you got
is
Henderson. There. Right. Then you got Henderson. Now you got Summerlin. Summerlin's become its own city now. Henderson's its own city. You got Green Valley, which is like a little suburb inside of Henderson. Bro, like Las Vegas is huge in the surrounding area. Just imagine if they got the local advertisement and local marketing on point in Las Vegas. Yeah. Just imagine how big that attendance could be for these Vegas Vipers. Just imagine. Even in St. Louis, look how big that city is. Hell, all three of the cities in Texas, Houston, Arlington, and San Antonio, the markets are huge. They're huge. So why not advertise your ass off in these local markets? Everywhere they've got a team, let's be honest, everywhere that they have a team, there's a huge market for advertising these local teams, but that's why they need to move their players there. They need to officially move them there. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
They have to. They do.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, that's your end, Angel, I think. I
believe.
think, Angel. Yeah, I think it is.
I don't know what's going on.
Andy
says, imagine if the XFL were to advertise on major sports events during the
Yes.
offseason.
Yes. Because you keep interest there.
Instead of just advertising during the season.
Yeah.
Advertise off while the season's not on. Like
and
right
it don't
now,
even have to be football.
They could be advertising that next year the XFL will be back. The 24.
Because the point is eyeballs.
Season.
Point is eyeballs seeing it. Like you know how ESPN likes to show when they have a UFC event, they always show the prelims, man. There's a lot of eyeballs. Why not advertise a little freaking 20-second spot on that? You know, they may just kind of blow them by, but the more they see it, the eyeballs are seeing that XFL logo.
A tank hit. Speaking of a tank, he said put a flag on, put the team banner on a tank. Speaking of a tank, this is just crazy that you say that. Jake Paul just had his recent fight with Nate Diaz. He did win the fight, but he came out on a tank. Now, I don't remember where Jake Paul is from, like born and raised. I think he's from Puerto Rico, but just imagine, right, if he were to have an XFL team logo on that tank when he came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just advertising the XFL.
If he had fights in Vegas, imagine coming out with the Vegas Vipers logo on there and the big XFL logo.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? That would have been super advertising for the team. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Imagine if The Rock comes out and announces him. You know, you pay The Rock to come out, or The Rock says, you know what? Yeah, you know, check out the XFL. We got this and this. Vegas Vipers, y'all in the house. Get the crowd going, and then brings out, you know, one of the Paul brothers or Nate Diaz or something. Like, I get it. You need money to do that, but why not? Why not, man? Why not do everything you can to promote your league like that?
How hard would it be? How many events happen in Las Vegas in a year?
Exactly. Bro, with the Vegas Vipers there, they have an opportunity there with so many events that get aired nationally, worldwide, to really push that team, because you push that team out there, people are going to say, oh, the Vipers, okay, well, I've been seeing them on all these boxing, you know, logos. Who's the XFL? Let me look into this. That's how you get the casual interest, man. I feel like they're not utilizing their opportunities.
All these UFC events that happen in Las Vegas, just imagine if you see a Vegas Vipers logo and an XFL logo on the damn UFC octagon mat.
Exactly. Thank you. And do it during when you got prelims on, man, because you've got a nationwide stage. Everybody's watching. You know, they're going to recognize that logo. The more they see it, you know, the more it gets beat into your brain, you're going to recognize that logo.
And then what that does as well, because you know what the UFC does, that brings in commercials. Why?
Yes.
Because the UFC is going to, this UFC 293 or 295 is brought to you by the XFL and the Vegas Vipers. We're here in Las Vegas. What? You know what I mean? Like, boom. Vegas
Bro,
Viper
that advertisement money is major.
Poker chips.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
That advertisement money is major because that is what gets you the prime time spots. That's what gets these channels pushing you more, because they've got that advertisement money coming in.
Thank you. And bro, the USFL has trading cards of their players. Even if they got signed. They have a deal with Topps.
I've been thinking about getting me one of those, man. I saw that box set pop up on my feed,
do
man.
That? Like, do something like that. Like the Brahmas. If you pay attention to the Brahmas, they have their own beer down in San Antonio. They have their own beer cans, and this is the San Antonio Brahmas. Just imagine if every team had that.
Bro,
like
Nevada. You give me a Luis Perez and an AJ McCarron season 1 card. I'm putting those things in a little plastic case into my display case.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. That's all we're saying, man. That's all we're saying, guys. Like, it's easier now to advertise this league. Hit was even saying it. You know, there's just different things. You know, those the little beer can holders. You know what I mean? Give them out at the games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give them out at the door. hey, if you buy an XFL ticket, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this for your team that you're going to. You know what I mean? For the team that you're representing.
Incentives are big for the average family that's going out and taking their family out for a game. You know what I mean? It's big.
Exactly.
Incentives are real big because then you're promised something to bring back with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just a big deal. They don't think it is, but it is. It really is, man.
Hit says the XFL needs to push harder at the end of the day. Don't force your fans to do what you're supposed to be doing yourself.
Yes.
Excellent point, bro. Yeah. Excellent point. All right, let's shift gears. XFL, we still will love you always. You just get your shit together. That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
Let's shift
That's
gears.
all right. I'm still excited, man. I am.
Let's definitely talk about this preseason starting, man. Because I'm not, like you said, I'm not super excited for the preseason. I'm just happy that the NFL season is back. But like you said, for the preseason, what I am excited for is to see these XFL players and these USFL players who have been signed get their shine on the field and get to show what they're capable of. Detroit Lions, Maurice Alexander from I think he played for the Panthers, the Michigan Panthers, in the USFL. Got him a whole punt return touchdown last night.
Bro, did you see that play too? He's throwing spinning off of people, man. Like it wasn't even like he hit a hole and just hit the Jets. Like that was all him. That was him.
He caught that ball. He seen where he had to go. Then he made the moves to get through it. Like he made the move. It was so nice. It was so nice. It was nice to see. You know, it just reminds me of Cavante. You know,
and
shout out.
Cavante Turner. Hey, dog. You know what I'm really looking forward to with the Cowboys? I'm hoping to see some of it tonight. Is that now they're pulling him back from the return game, and now McCarthy's finally saying we're going to put him in a pass game. He's on the actual wide receiver depth chart now. I want to see what they do with this dude, man, and his speed. And I'm also looking forward to seeing, like I told you, Josh Butler, man, cornerback from the Panthers with Dallas. Now he should get a lot of reps tonight. And I want to see if he can make some depth because I think he's got the talent to lock in a spot on that depth chart. But like we've talked about before, when it comes to the NFL and preseason with these spring guys, it doesn't matter about the talent. You have to take advantage of the opportunities that you're given to show the coaches. And these guys got that opportunity tonight, man.
Definitely. Angel, I agree. He said he's really looking forward to see what these rooks do. What these rooks have, man.
Oh, Jabril Cox too, man.
Yeah. And
Deuce
I want to
see
getting
a lot of love in camp, man. He's been getting a lot of love in camp. The word out of Dallas Cowboys camp is that he has been killing it. Him and Turpin have been killing it. They've been getting a lot of love out there. And you know, Deuce, it's like I posted a picture on my fan page the other day, and it's funny, man. It's an actual picture. He just looks like a little kid amongst men. But damn, if that little kid did not kick some ass in a Power 5 conference last year, which is why we're excited to see this dude, man. Definitely.
Hold on, Hit. We can't really say that. It does mean a lot for these players that are trying to make the roster, and it means a lot for these players that are trying to move up in the depth chart. So
these dudes are actually playing their asses off. They are actually really playing their asses off, man. And I think that's why I like that they're giving these guys the opportunity and using the big money making starters, keeping them off a little bit, maybe just one series during the whole preseason, because we want to see what they got in this new young talent. You know what I mean? I want to see what some of these rookies can do. And you know, like last year, we saw Malik Davis with the Cowboys, and everybody was like, damn, this dude's, we may have something with him. And now he's battling for the RB2 spot. So, I mean, like you said, what Hit said, a little bit. But, these dudes are actually, this is big to all of them. They're playing their asses off. This is giving a lot of the coaches a chance with these schemes to work out the kinks in the play calling as well.
Well, you're learning. That's what you're here at the Gridiron for, Hit.
That's it, bro. Exactly.
Don't worry about it. We got you. We're gonna teach you this game. You're gonna be a football fan at the end of the day. That's all that matters.
We're gonna make him a Cowboys fan. It's gonna happen. It's going.
We're gonna fail on that one, bro. We're gonna fail on that one. He is the only man I know that lives in Texas and hates the Cowboys that much. That much. Yes, Deuce.
Not unless you're a Texas fan.
Very helpful for us this season because, like you said, Angel being small is an advantage because we are harder to bring down to the ground. You're right. He's gonna be another Darren Sproles, man. I'm telling you.
If you
Deuce,
go
Deuce
watch
Vaughn.
this dude's tape, man, in college, it's like it's amazing what he was able to do against elite NFL level talent defenders. Like he's hard to see. When he's coming behind a big ass blocker, man, you don't know which way he's going. You can't
At
see
all.
his little ass back there, man.
And guess what? He played at Kansas State as well as Darren Sproles. So basically, we're just seeing another Darren Sproles.
And led the nation in all-purpose yards, y'all, from the pass game and running. Like, see, this is why I said it when Dallas drafted him. I said he could very well be the steal of the draft if they use him right. And from what I'm hearing out of Cap is that Mike McCarthy knows what he's got with this dude. So
he is outrunning Pollard. He is definitely faster than Tony.
Yeah,
I have seen it.
Yeah.
He's Tony.
But one thing Pollard does have though, man, is his ability to break a tackle and just take it to the house. Once he gets into that second level, good night.
It's hard. It's hard to catch him. It's hard to even bring him down because he does have a nice little stiff arm for a smaller back. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think now we're gonna have like a 3-4-headed monster in the run game. I think our running backs. I think it's going to be hard to let go of some of our running backs. I'm going to keep it 100 because you got to imagine Malik Davis is going to be our main power back now.
Rico Dowdle is competing for that RB2 spot, man. So now that he's healthy, you know, and you can't keep Deuce Vaughn off of it. He's going to be in there somewhere.
And then you can't you already signed Ron Davis.
Yeah,
or not Davis, Ronald Jones this offseason. I don't know.
Yeah,
why,
but I really honestly don't think Jones is going to be. He won't be on the roster.
I think he'll be practice squad.
Yeah, at best, especially now that he's got an injury, he's got the suspension. It's like you were already going to be hard pressed to make the squad against these younger running backs. And now he just made it almost impossible. Yeah. And I think the Zeke thing is starting to, unless somebody gets hurt, which I hope it doesn't, but we all know in football, unfortunately, it happens in camp and practices. But I think that talk will start dying down about Zeke coming back unless that happens. If it happens, then it'll pick up again. But at this point, it looks like that fullback they got, you know, and that they signed who wasn't drafted, they're planning to use him in the pass blocking game. So we'll see, man. I think a lot of these kinks are going to be shown a little bit and worked out during the preseason as far as coaching.
Yeah, and that's what this preseason is definitely for. We're definitely going to see it tonight. We're going to see what we're capable of in the run game for sure. We're going to see what Mike McCarthy, because Mike McCarthy said he feels comfortable coaching because now he's doing what he was doing in Green Bay, play calling. And nobody can deny Mike McCarthy that when he was play calling in Green Bay, he was successful. He won a Super Bowl being a play caller.
Yeah, so, and I heard some people try to attribute that Super Bowl to Rodgers. It's like, okay, but tell me, has Rodgers won a Super Bowl without McCarthy?
Has Rodgers won a Super Bowl since?
Nope. Hell no. And it ain't gonna happen again this year, dog. It ain't gonna happen again.
It's not.
Damn what anybody says, man.
The New York Jets are not winning the Super Bowl.
But it will be interesting to see how much of McCarthy's offense we see during this preseason, man, because you know, you're gonna have probably guys like Will Grier and oh damn it, who's our backup quarterback? Not Will Grier. Coop, man, damn, I'm sorry, dog. Take that damn star hat off your head. Shit.
How do you? Don't rush. Don't rush, but it's Coop.
Dog. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Coop.
Don't rush.
And actually, a lot of people are wondering if there could be a QB2 battle with Will Grier.
There is.
Yeah.
There is not.
There is.
There is not.
I don't think so.
No.
You think Coop solidified
Will
that?
Grier stopped.
All right.
Will Grier stopped. We signed Coop again for what he did last season. Will Grier. You do not have the winning record that Coop does, even as a backup and a starter put together. Stop it.
Let me ask you something.
Coop is like one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league right now, bro.
You know what? You know what? I actually heard somebody say this morning that they think Cooper Rush is better than Daniel Jones. I was like, oh, okay, come on. No, I ain't ready to go there, dog. I'm not ready to go there.
My uncle,
I'm not ready to go there.
My uncle, last weekend, I was at my family barbecue. My uncle had the nerve to say that Daniel Jones deserved the money. He said Daniel Jones is a top 5 quarterback. What? What? Bro, I almost drowned in the pool.
I can't do this, man. I can't. When you're being trolled face to face in real life, that's not even online trolling, man. That's like next level trolling right there. Man.
Bro, this is
I know that's your uncle, dog, but if it was my uncle, I'd be like, you know what? I might have to reconsider calling you family.
That's what he got.
Or something like that.
I heard that. That's what he got.
Man.
I couldn't, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
That's insane.
Danny,
man. Come on now. Come on.
Danny
now.
No Bones Jones. What? People want to call him Danny Dimes. What dimes is he throwing? What? Because he didn't throw that many interceptions. He only threw 15 touchdowns last season.
Yeah. They didn't throw the ball a lot, and a lot of what he did throw was a lot of just little jump routes. That's what they were doing with him last year.
Saquon Barkley,
yeah,
carried that team.
Indeed.
Bro, I wish I could show that. I really wish I could, because that's a head scratcher. Like,
yeah.
I know you're a Giants fan,
it, Angel.
Uncle Tommy, I know you're a Giants fan. I love you, but
I don't know if JP.
Daniel
I don't know if he's still on.
Jones,
If JP, if you're still on the stream right now, JP, I don't know if you are, but I would love for you to hear JP's take on Daniel Jones. Man, he's a Giants fan, and he's kind of on par with our thinking of him. Actually, he's more harder on him. He's very hard on Daniel Jones. Man. I could try to show Daniel Jones love when me and him are conversating. I'm like, he makes plays with his feet, and he's like, nah, no. No, it's not
right. Really, Uncle Tom? Come on. Uncle Tommy. I'm sorry. I got to put you on blast here.
Man.
That's just blasphemy. Daniel Jones, a top 5 QB? What?
Yeah.
But for our Cowboy fans out there, this is important. What do you guys
look, there he is. There he is.
I don't condone the overhype of DJ. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Because, oh my God, top 5 quarterback? On whose list? On what list? What other Giants fan says he's a top 5 quarterback? Like, I've never even heard Molly on First Take call that man a top 5 quarterback. What? Daniel Jones, a top 5? But hey, guys, what do you think? Will Zach Martin come back to camp during the preseason, or is this going to be a long holdout? Or what are we thinking here?
Man, I'm thinking that we don't see Zach Martin until maybe week 1. You know what I mean? I mean, he's got to get back to practice at some point because he's still getting fined, man. He's hitting $50,000 a day. I don't know what it's up to now, and it can't be waived.
Give a shit.
There's no money. But the problem is that's coming out. Those fines are coming out of his pocket. They can't be waived. And he's got no guaranteed money. No guaranteed money coming in.
You know what guaranteed money he got? The shit that's in his bank account. That's been in his bank account. Sit out.
But guess what? Guess what those fines are doing? They're dipping into that bank account every single day. On a list of QBs that start with the letter D. Okay, where would you put him, man? Where would you put him on the list of quarterbacks?
Because he ain't better than Deshaun Watson.
Oh no, absolutely not. Even with
he's barely better than Davis and Mills.
Oh damn! Come on now, man. Nah, let's not go there. I'll take Daniel Jones over Mills any day of the week.
Over Mills any day of the week too. But I'm just saying.
You know one thing about Daniel Jones that people can't deny is he makes plays with his legs. He does. The problem is, remember when he got tackled by that ghost a couple of seasons ago? I still laugh at that. Come on, man. He was gone to the house. You're watching it. I'm standing up. I'm saying, damn, go, dog.
You talking about he got up off the field like. You talk about that one right there. Dallas Cowboys did that. Remember, Cowboys did that. put that boy in concussion protocol. Fuck off the field.
Man.
Yeah, we put him in concussion protocol.
His number one is getting tackled by the turf monster. Oh man,
I love it.
Yes.
Thank you,
man.
I love it. But honestly,
But so Zach Martin, dog. Let's be honest though, and we talked about this again before coming on.
Mm-hmm.
The two sides of it. Like I talked about it last week on my show, how from both sides, I see both sides because I'm the fan in me is like, Jerry, what the hell you doing? Get this man back on the field. If you really want to win a Super Bowl this year or have a shot at doing that, he's arguably the most important player outside of Dak Prescott.
Yep.
So you want Dak Prescott to stay upright and on the field, you're going to need this man. You want your new running back room to succeed, you're going to need this man.
Because if Zach don't come back, let's just say Dak gets hurt tonight. Not wishing nothing on. I'm just saying, let's just say Dak gets a minor injury. Oh, Jerry, guess what you're doing?
Zach,
what
you want?
Zach,
there's a blank check, dog. You just go ahead and write in what you want right there. Yeah.
Hold on, just save some cap space for Micah next year. That's all I need. Just save some cap space for Micah next year. That's it.
You know what I'm wondering, man, and I'm gonna actually research this tonight for tomorrow's show because I'm interested in finding out how his backup is looking in practice.
Yeah,
because if he's not looking good, then there's something they're not telling us as far as like maybe what might get Jerry to say, when Mike McCarthy comes to him and says, "No, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work.
Working.
Yeah, it's not gonna work."
And
now. The other side of it is Jerry's. Go ahead. Sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The other side of it, like I told you, is I also see Jerry's side from the business side. But I'm not with it. My number one thing is you get that man on the field. But Jerry right now is like, okay, he's getting fined every day. He's got no money. So if he don't play this year, he doesn't get paid for this year. So there's no guaranteed money coming in. So Jerry's like, in terms of the bank account, yeah, I'm holding all the cards. Well, Jerry, let me tell you something, though. What happens if Zach Martin does the unthinkable and decides to say, you know what? Keep your damn money. I'm going to take the year off this year.
I want to trade.
Imagine. And you know what? Imagine what we would get for that, man. But I don't give a damn. Don't even think about trading that dude. We're in a win now situation, man. Like this is the year. And we can't win
without him.
No, this is the year.
And our center needs to get better.
Well, I think we'll be fine at center. He's coming in healthy now. So I think we're going to be all right. But
he's even when he was healthy before, he needs to just get better.
But I think, be honest, all these guys, I think I'm okay. Personally, from my side, I'm okay with what he can do. Especially because the offense is going to be a little bit different this year. My question is, how much depth do we have on that line outside of Tyron Smith? Outside of Tyron Smith,
exactly,
we don't have a lot of depth. I know we've got McGovern coming back, but I don't know, man. Because if Zach's not there, I'm sorry, man, but we have no depth. We have no depth. On top
of that, let's go back to last Sunday, which you and West Coast were talking about. How is that new linebacker going to get better? How is that new defensive tackle?
Yes, Mozzie Smith.
How's Mozzie going to get better?
Imagine if he's getting like we said last week, and West Coast said, he put it good. He says, imagine if Mozzie Smith right now is getting his ass kicked every day by the best guard in football. When he's he gets out there,
come into that season. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like saying, this is it. This is what I'm up against today. Oh, it's going to be on. But now that's not happening, man. They've got to get Zach Martin back to practice. Now that they're leaving Oxnard and heading back to headquarters, they have to get him.
They got to do something
in there. They have to, man, because
Jerry,
you want Mozzie Smith. You want Mozzie Smith to be ready to hit the ground running when the season starts. Put him up against the best guard every day.
Hell, you want Overshown to be better?
Yeah, him too. Yes,
because that boy's gonna be a bad man. He's going to be a bad man on defense in that linebacker position. But if our defense can't stop the run, we're going to look like we did last year. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So what they need to do is pay Zach or come to some type of agreement with Zach.
Exactly.
Because he's not talking about, hey, make me the highest paid guard. He's just saying, pay me what I'm worth.
Give me a little bit more. Sit down and say, look,
more.
what do we got to do? What kind of signing bonus for this? What kind of bonus do we got to give you this year to get you back on the field? You know what I'm saying? Because he understands that. He understands that when he signed his contract, that made him at the time the highest paid at his position in the league. Exactly. But like me and you talked about it last week, but every one of these guys that signs his contract, they know that in about 2 or 3 years, they're going to be in the bottom 10 of wherever they're at pay wise at their position. So he knew this going in. So I get it. I don't see this as Jerry Jones disrespecting him, because at the time he made him the highest paid at his position. But I do see this as Jerry Jones using his leverage in terms of the money a little bit more than I think he needs to, because this right now, this is the best player on our football team. Hands down. Zach Martin is the best player on our football team.
Whoa, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Okay, Dak Prescott.
What?
Zach. Oh, my bad. Okay, on the offense. My bad, Micah. Lion, I apologize.
Thank you.
I apologize for that.
I almost had a heart attack.
Hey, you know what, man? I told you, man. I had a long day yesterday, dog. Tired, man. Sitting this heat.
He said
me a little bit. I got shit going on with my eye. My mind ain't right now, right? Okay. All right. Let's
Michael Parsons is the best player on this team.
Let's rewind about the rewind. All right.
But this is the problem on why Zach ain't getting his money right away, is because Jerry's too worried about next year in the offseason. You're already worried about paying Micah.
But I think he has to, because Micah's going to become the highest paid defensive player of all time. He is. He will.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I'm saying with this whole situation, Jerry's business mind is what's taking over right now. And at some point,
he's got to look at it.
McCarthy's,
if we win the Super Bowl, that's a huge bonus for everybody, right? Yeah. Not only that, they win a Super Bowl again, huge bonus, right? More money that comes into the team, right? So that opens up huge contract for Micah. Dak's going to have to take a pay cut. I'm sorry.
No, he'll restructure. He will.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to restructure. He's going to restructure, take a pay cut, get a bigger bonus.
Yes.
You feel me?
Exactly.
Get a bigger bonus, take a pay cut. So Micah can get his money. Zach will have his money. DeMarcus Lawrence will have his money. Tony Pollard can get his money next season. We need a lot of, like, Malik Hooker just got his money. I believe Donovan Wilson just got his money.
Don't forget about CeeDee Lamb.
Plus CeeDee Lamb need to get his money.
Yeah,
because his 4 years is coming up. His rookie contract's coming up.
Yeah, because Diggs just got his. So Diggs is done. That's one that's done.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I feel you. I feel you completely. And I think I see Jerry's business mind at work here, but eventually there's going to come a point where Mike McCarthy's got to come in and say, look what's going on in practice at guard. It's not going to work.
Exactly right. He was pissed that he paid Zeke all that money and it didn't work out in the end.
But you know what though? I think that's one of the reasons that the Kellen Moore effect.
What's going on, Jake?
Because Zeke and that rookie contract, Zeke was ran into the ground. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because he was balling.
And by the time he got paid, man, I mean, you can see the wear and tear. You saw when he decided to try and bulk up a little more, how much it slowed him down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't like when people blame Zeke for all of that. I get it. I do, to a point. But at the same time, I will always say people weren't complaining when he was out playing that rookie contract. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So there's two sides to that. But you're probably right. He's probably like, damn, I don't want to make that mistake again. I think that's the whole reason that Tony Pollard got franchise tagged. Granted, because he hasn't shown the ability to be the full workload guy, which he'll get a chance to do this year. But I think that Zeke contract made them hesitant to go ahead and pull the trigger on a long-term deal. Instead, have Pollard saying this is a prove-it year.
And Pollard got injured. Broke his damn leg.
Yeah.
So
and that killed our whole game against the Niners, man. It really did. Yeah. And I still blame Kellen Moore for that, man.
Because we could have definitely
Malik
won
Davis
that
on
game.
some of those. Yeah.
Yeah, because we definitely could have won that game. We definitely could have went to the NFC Championship, but
They
that's
should have had
neither here
Malik
nor
Davis
there.
winning those plays. Yeah,
That's neither here nor there. We just need to get Zach Martin on that field.
Absolutely.
Come week
That,
1.
to me, like I said, I'm looking at it from both sides, but the fan wins out on me in this one. And it's like, okay, Jerry, stop being stubborn. Get your best offensive player on the field, because let's be honest, bro, we both know that the offensive line is the heart of the offense. The quarterback gets the glory and the hate. We get that. But the offensive line, nothing happens properly without the offensive line. Run game, pass game, none of it. Best guard in football, get his ass back on the field, Jerry. Get his ass
Exactly. Please do, because if you don't, it's going to be bad. It's going
and
to be bad.
they're just hurting Mozzie Smith's early development, man. So
hell, they're hurting Mozzie Smith's early development. Odighizuwa's continued development.
Yes,
exactly. Lawrence's continued growth and development, because even DeMarcus Lawrence is still growing and developing as a player. Hell, even Micah, you're moving Micah from more down. He's going to be more down on the line more this season.
Well, and then also there's one thing that doesn't get said enough is the chemistry that goes on between, the linemen.
Mm-hmm.
They all got to know where each other's going to be, each other's strengths. Zach knows everybody on that line and what they can do, and he dictates everything.
Exactly. He is the leader of that offensive line.
Exactly. And you take that leader away, man, you're going to have chemistry issues. What up, Rig?
What's going on, Rig Rocker? Y'all.
Hey, Rig, real quick, man. Thank you, man, for jumping on the Gridiron Nation stream last week, bro. Participating. You were active in the comments. I really appreciate you, dog. Straight up.
You said, could AP be the best running back as far as longevity?
Emmett.
Okay.
But AP, what he did after that freaking ACL, going for 2,000 yards, I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. That was crazy.
I mean, he does have some pretty good longevity, still being in the league,
still
being able to get on a team and be, capable running back of, helping a team to victories and, leading them deep into the playoffs. Most definitely.
I remember when he got that ACL tear, man, and everybody was like, man, this is ACL is one of those that just ends careers. The dude came out, ran for 2,000 yards after, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Rig Rockers and Ball Hawk 1 will be on the Fang Gang Nation show this Tuesday, guys. Thank you, Rig, for being here. You said, hold on, Jake. Wait, what?
Yeah, great beast. Yeah.
Emmitt Smith was a beast, and Emmitt Smith. I mean, come on, he played with a dislocated shoulder.
You remember that Giants game that won them the division? They went on to win the Super Bowl that year. Oh, that's the game right there that kind of made. I was like, that's it. This is my dude for life. He's my favorite Cowboy of all time.
Yeah,
that was toughness. Emmitt was the epitome of toughness, longevity. What was it? 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons, still a record. I remember Jimmy Johnson saying when I drafted him, I said he's not going to last 3 years because he's going to be my workhorse. I'm going to run him into the ground. And even Jimmy Johnson was like, I didn't expect him to have the longevity he did, but
exactly. And I don't think his record will be touched either. I don't think his rushing record.
I don't, especially with the way the game is going now.
It's going to be hard to get touched.
Yeah, definitely.
Rick Rocker says, come to St. Louis September 9th. You'll be there for the B-Hawk Live Autism Speaks fan appreciation for B-Hawk Live and X-Fan Show. So make sure you guys in the St. Louis area or anyone that'll be visiting the St. Louis area around September 9th. I unfortunately won't be able to make it this year, but I more than likely will be there next year for the next year's fan appreciation event. But definitely go and check out the B-Hawk Live Autism Speaks fan appreciation at the oh my gosh, Wild Suns Winery and Brewery in St. Louis, Missouri.
Check that out, y'all. If you're out there in the area, man.
He said I'm not old enough to remember the Cowboys last. You know what,
bro? That's why you got me to school you on how good the Cowboys really were back then, dog. Man, he always likes making jokes like that, dog.
We were a dynasty, man. We were a dynasty, and it's been 30 years. So we need to get back to glory. And
that's
without that man right there,
people call us. Oh, without Zach Martin, that's not happening this year.
It's not happening. And especially a suspect as Dak is. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I love your damn quarterback. Okay, he's my quarterback too. I believe in him. I just don't trust him. I'm gonna say it again. I believe in Dak. I just don't trust Dak.
He's going to earn your trust this year, dog. He's going to earn your trust this year, but it's going to be a lot harder to do that without that man, Zach Martin, on the field, which is why I think Jerry will come to his senses at some point. That's, you know what, JP? You know what, man?
My boy Jake said he's a Cowboy fan too. He said you'll experience that this year, JP. Yes, you will.
Let's hope so, man.
No, but honestly, man, Dak Prescott just needs to prove a lot to me this season.
Well,
man.
I think he's got the talent now,
It's
but
not even the turnovers.
Well, I'm really interested in seeing what Mike McCarthy does, though, to put Dak, like they talked about trying to get Dak out of those situations where he's got to throw into bad situations and make a bad play. Try and make it, I guess, mentally a little bit more where he's going to have less options, I guess. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look, Jersey, all right? Don't give me that look.
Some of those passes were not on him. Some of those passes was Kellen Moore's fault.
Yeah.
The dumbass plays he had drawn up. Some of those passes that were interceptions,
some of them were on my boy. Some of them were on my boy.
The receivers for not catching the ball. If that ball touches your damn hands, you should be catching it. Period. Yeah. You're a professional wide receiver. There should be no reason why if that ball is in your hand like this or touches your hand in any way, shape, or form, you should grab that thing. Period. But some of those throws where he was trying to be somebody he was not. Yeah. Like, dude, you can't do Randall Cunningham things. You can't do Patrick Mahomes things.
My issue is he thinks too much when they keep him in the pocket. And I think that's what McCarthy's saying now under his scheme, that they're going to roll him out more. They're going to use his legs. You know, I think we both agreed on the fact that when Dak is out there playing, quote unquote, playground ball, you roll him out, you let him direct his receivers, he can make plays for you. But when you leave him in the pocket, he's not Peyton Manning or Tony Romo, who can read the defenses like that. You've got to let this guy, he's got to play on instinct. That's what I'm saying. And it's going to happen.
I agree, Rick Rucker. I agree. If
we'll be all right.
Cannot do it this year, it might be time to move. 9 years.
If he gets to the NFC Championship though, and he plays well, even in the loss, they'll keep him. They'll keep him. But that's the next step.
Get us to the NFC Championship, and he gets us back to division round. Dak. I mean, if he gets us back to the division round like Dak does, and loses, it's time for him to go. After 9 years, time for you to go.
All right, though. I think he'll be all right, though. I think this year, this year we have a good opportunity to do it.
Trayvon ain't playing. He ain't playing.
I don't want to hear none about no practice interceptions, man. You got Mahomes and them throwing interceptions like crazy, but nobody wants to show that on video. Why? Because there's no star on the helmet. See this right here? This is what gets your exposure.
Trayvon did it, though. Trayvon did it. Both of them was nasty.
Yeah.
Both of them were nasty.
Let me ask you something, though.
How good Diggs is going to be this
year. Thank you.
Because he was in one-on-one situation.
Instead of praising the dude, I guarantee you, though, you know what other quarterbacks were doing when they saw that on Twitter? They were like, damn, I got to play that dude this year. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
We'll see you in week 2.
Yeah.
Trayvon going to see you in week 2, baby. Get ready. That bad man is going to get showed up. Because when Cowboys play the Jets, oh, yeah. It's going to be a pool, boy. That's going to be a barn burner. Yeah, Justin Herbert is a victim of drops. I give him that.
Yeah, he is, man. He is. But he's got everybody coming back healthy this year. So that we're going to see. We're going to see what the Chargers do.
How did you like the way Deshaun Watson and some of the other starters looked last night? Like Russell?
Actually, Russell, I was cool with that, man. Like him and Judy, I honestly think, man, Judy is a guy that a lot of people are sleeping on this year. We know what he can do.
Yeah.
If Russell can just get on point with him, Russell's gonna have a better year. That's the guy he's got to lean on.
He's gonna show off them Jerry Judy knees.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
You know what though?
Okay. You know what? I hate you right now.
Don't sleep on Rodgers.
Yes. Did you really have the nerve as a Cowboy fan? Jake, this is what I want you to do.
I know where you're coming from, though, Jake. Because
I don't.
No, we got to get that monkey off our back like we did with Brady last year. You see, Aaron Rodgers has been a damn thorn in the damn side. We got to get that out this year. We exercised the Brady thing last year. Guess what? This year we do that with the Niners, and we do that with Rodgers. It's time. It's time.
Wow. What's going on, Platinum? No. Listen. Yeah, Russell did look a little unsure of himself last night, but he started to get in the groove. He hit one. Jerry Jeudy messed up on that one pass. He wasn't showing off them Jerry Jeudy knees he got.
Yeah, you got to remember though. They've got a different scheme coming in right now with Denver, so they've got to work out kinks with that too.
He said Aaron isn't an issue.
A-Ron.
No, it's that defense.
Yes. Yeah.
You got the Jets and the Raiders coming out of the AFC. First off, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes, Jake. Hold up.
Did I see Raiders?
Yeah. Well, he's born and raised in Las Vegas, so he's got to root for the Raiders. But he's a Dallas Cowboy fan. It's crazy.
Be real, man. Be real. You can root for the team all you want.
Devontae Adams just got hurt in practice last night.
Come on, man.
Left practice limping. So we're not even.
They got to worry. They got to worry about Mahomes and Herbert twice this year each, and then you got to worry about with Sean Payton led Broncos over there with that elite defense.
But that Chiefs.
And by the way, Jimmy G's your quarterback. Yeah. No.
Don't sleep on Jimmy G. No.
Jimmy G is a game manager. Jimmy G is a game manager.
Jimmy G is a winner.
No. The Niners defense was a winner. All right? Let's not get it twisted, man.
I gotta get maintenance to come and change it, okay? Maintenance to come and
that's what Hit was talking about last week.
The battery,
change that damn battery, man.
Fucking, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not going out and buying a 9-volt just to put in there. Hell no. That's y'all shit. No.
Hey, I'm starting up a campaign right now for all y'all. We're gonna do a GoFundMe because we're gonna send my boy Pac like a year's supply of them 9-volt batteries.
Fuck that smoke detector, man. I smoke too much weed for that. I don't care.
Yeah,
that thing goes off all the time. I'm glad the battery's died. It didn't shut off. Hell, I got a carbon monoxide detector. That's all I need. No, but honestly, man, Jimmy G's a winner. Every team he's played for, he's won. Stop it. He led the
Niners defense. You really think without that defense? Come on. Most of those yards, by the way, were padded.
I'm just saying the man can
by
win.
Guys like Deebo Samuel catching a little 8-yard dump route and taking it to the house.
You put him with Devontae Adams and Henry Riffo. Now he's got somebody. Now he's got a team that he can show that he can be a leader on.
Really? How they going to do it without? How they going to do it without a running back? Because it looks like right now their running back, he's chilling right now.
I think they signed a running back from the USFL. I think they signed Stevie Scott.
Yeah.
Braylon
he ain't no defending rushing champion though. That's all I'm saying.
Josh Jacobs is another issue.
Yeah,
he
man.
Definitely is another issue.
And it looks like he ain't budging. He's like, nope.
I think Deshaun Watson looked good last night though.
You know what? That
scared me a little bit.
I tell you, man. Yeah, somehow
he was running.
He had that touchdown pass to Dobbs, but even the placement on that pass was horrible. It was behind Dobbs. Dobbs just kind of made a play on it and ran the touchdown in. So as a Cowboys fan, I'm loving that. I'm like, go ahead, Howell, keep doing that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, definitely. Josh Jacobs is getting disrespected beyond. Like, come on. You asked this man. He did the shit one year. Then you ask him to do it again. He did it again 2 years in a row. And this time he won the rushing title. And you don't want to pay this man? Yeah. This is why the Raiders has been in the slump that they've been in. Yeah. You don't want to pay the players that are worth it.
Yeah.
That's why y'all sat here and ran Derek Carr out of Las Vegas.
Yeah, which by the way only pissed off arguably the best receiver in football. I mean, now it's JJ, but you get what I'm saying.
Of Derek.
That's why. That's it. That's the only reason he went there. So now he's like, I'm telling you, man, I don't think Adams will be a Raider after this season. I don't see it. Yeah, unless they offer him some stupid money, and him and Jimmy G do well this season together. Yeah, he's got to develop a good friendship and chemistry with Jimmy G. if I'm like Derek Carr, New Orleans, I'm telling ownership like, hey, check this out, man. We got Michael Thomas there who ain't played in 2 years. Why don't we ship him off to the Raiders and bring in Devontae Adams? But I don't think that would happen. Imagine
They did give John Gruden $100 million, but John Gruden resigned. He gave up that money. That money, he don't get that whole $100 million. He gave up that money when he resigned, and he lucky they didn't fire his ass.
Yeah.
They didn't get the chance to. They allowed him to resign with some dignity.
Yeah.
But that's a major thing for me, honestly, is Zach Martin not being back at camp. I mean, preseason so far has been looking pretty good. I've seen some of these USFL players and these XFL players doing pretty good too.
Yeah.
So Austin Watkins got his name called for a touchdown in the preseason game with the Browns and the Jets, and just a few of these different players. They got Kavonte Patton signing on the Falcons. Lakobe Tucker did not suit up. Me and Arlington actually spoke with him on a post. He didn't suit up. He's still learning the playbook and, getting the different schemes down on offense before he get out there on that offensive line. So we'll more than likely see him in the Falcons' second game. The Falcons went crazy signing XFL and USFL players, man.
They did.
The Falcons went crazy, dude.
You know who I'm really interested to see this preseason? And it's Hakeem Butler. Butler from St. Louis. He's with Pittsburgh now. I think he's going to get reps, man. I was really surprised, man. But I'm hoping. A lot of times we see these guys that they play the first preseason game, and then the next batch of guys get the workload in the second one. So I'm hoping to see him, man, because he's just a dude that when I watched him with St. Louis with the Battlehawks this year, I'm like, that dude belongs back in the NFL. He belongs back in the NFL.
Ducks. The Battle Ducks. I'm sorry. I'm a Viper fan. Fan gang, baby.
No, hell of a team, bro. I ain't a fan, but I am a fan of AJ McCarron, though. I will say that.
Yeah, rock with AJ. I like Hakeem Butler. Did like Bateman as well. Bateman was a really good receiver for them. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of players who's going to get some shine in the NFL preseason right now.
This is their opportunity, man, to even get on a practice squad. And we've all seen it, bro. We see it every year. Players get called up from practice squad because injuries during the season. They end up showing out and getting a roster spot, man. So this is the time for these spring players right now, like you just talked about earlier in a response to hit, was that to these guys, it's a big deal, and they're going out there and they're laying it all out on the field, man. So you're not watching a preseason with a bunch of starters like it used to be, where they're just doing the bare minimum because they don't want to get hurt. Now we've got guys out there that are actually playing for a roster spot. They're playing their asses off, man. And these guys are coming in off spring football, so they're not just coming in off the couch. Like, they're in playing shape right now, man. So we're going to see some good football in this preseason.
We're going to see the best out of some of the best out of these players. Yes, we're going to see some of the best out of these players because, like you said, they're still in football form. You know what I mean? They're still active, ready to go. Their blood been pumping. You know what I mean? Yeah. They've been invited to these camps and they haven't stopped working. They haven't
being coached right now by NFL quarterbacks. Coaches. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a fun preseason because of the spring league. To be honest, and as a football fan, I'm watching this. That is what I'm interested with preseason. I don't care about the wins and losses for my team, but you know what? I want to see these guys show out, though. That's what
that's all I want to see. I want to see these players show out, especially these spring league guys coming in. I want to see them definitely show out and have a ball. But let's get into some I love it. I love it. Our first mail time question comes from Hit. He actually brought in three of us, or submitted three today. First one is, would you rather see well-rounded coaches or fresh coaches with their own ideas?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you know who I think of with that question is I think of the Rams. And the offense that McVay has brought in. And that Super Bowl, and he was very that was that fresh thinking, that outside the box thinking, the way he started using Cooper Kupp. So I like the whole coaches with their own ideas thing, I think there's got to be a balance, though, to be honest. Like, and it's hard to do that. Like, balance comes with experience, I guess, because the well-rounded coaches are the coaches that have been doing it for a long time, coaches
Right.
that have been there, guys like Andy Reid, which you're seeing, even that is still successful. But I honestly, I don't mind seeing the fresh new takes from some of these coaches, which is why I'm excited to see Mike McCarthy because of his new take on the offensive scheming with analytics involved. I want to see what he's going to do. I love the traditional stuff, but hell, give me some fresh ideas any day,
Right.
man, because a lot of that, the unpredictability is fun to watch at times.
And I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree wholeheartedly. But seeing those well-rounded coaches in the league as well, and on all levels, whether it's the XFL, USFL, NFL, whatever level it is, just seeing well-rounded coaches is always a good thing. But if those well-rounded coaches could have fresh ideas, have their own thinking, have their own schemes, you know what I mean, then it's definitely a bonus for them. You know what I mean? It's definitely a bonus for them when it comes to it. And I really honestly think that if they start to utilize these fresh ideas, hell, look at Terrell Buckley, look at Reggie Barlow in the XFL. You know what I mean? First time head coaches. Look at Hines Ward, first time head coaches. Even Rod Woodson. You know what I mean? We got to see those guys actually take on the head coach role and see what happens for being the brand new fresh coach. You know what I mean? Never had this opportunity before, never had any type of coaching experience. You know what I mean? And out of all four of those guys, we've seen who failed miserably and we've seen who was successful and we've seen who was decent.
Yeah.
Rod Woodson failed miserably. Reggie Barlow was successful. Hines Ward was somewhat successful, and Terrell Buckley did okay. I wouldn't call Orlando a complete failure for Terrell Buckley because as the season went on and getting towards the end of the season, they got better. Putting Quentin Dormady at the QB position instead of dumbass Paxton Lynch was
well, and then you look at the other side of it with the established coaches like Bob Stoops and Wade Phillips, and you see how that was also successful.
Exactly.
So I think that's why I'm like, I don't mind the balance. You know what I like is when you see an old school coach who was stuck with the old school ways that works and established, well-rounded, but you see them bring in fresh-minded staff, like a new offensive coordinator with some fresh ideas, and you get them to mesh a little bit, and that's where you start seeing a lot of success coming in, man. When you're seeing a lot of the old with the new, and you can find a way to make it work, man. That's fun to see. It's rare at times, but it's recipe for success if you can pull it off.
Hell yeah. So hopefully that answers your question, Hit. Next question he has: how much talent do you think will suffer with these college kids taking more interest in money over players, or with these colleges taking more interest in money over players?
College NCAA has always been about the money first, which is why it took so damn long for them to come to some kind of deal, to give these players money, man. That's one thing I've always hated about the NCAA as an entity itself, is that they've always been about the money. They were always willing to make money off of these players and these colleges and the brands. And, it was like pulling teeth, man, for decades for them to finally get them to say, all right, we'll kick y'all down a little something. You can get some endorsements. You know what I mean? I don't know, like the talent level. I mean, I guess I'm trying to figure out what he's asking here. Like is he talking about these dudes like leaving college?
I think a lot more kids in college to kind of really touch on the question, Hit. I think a lot of these kids in college will suffer because when it comes to making their decision on what school they want to go to, with this whole realignment crap going on, that's going to change up a lot of where these good, talented kids end up going. Because now you got certain schools that weren't in certain divisions before or certain conferences before. Now these schools are in this conference, and you're like, okay, well, where do I want to go?
Yeah.
Do I want to go to Alabama, or do I want to go to Texas now because now Texas is in the SEC? You know what I mean? Do I want to go to Oklahoma since they're no longer in the Big 12, or do I want to still stick with a Big 12 school? You know what I mean? So yeah, the talent is going to suffer when it comes to certain schools. Certain schools aren't going to get the talent that they were getting before. They aren't going to be able to recruit some of those players that they were getting. So yeah, a lot of these teams are going to suffer when it comes to talent. But one thing I've always hated about the NCAA, like you said, Gabe, is the fact that it's always been about money for the schools. It's like, hey, we gave you a scholarship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We gave you a full ride. So I earned it.
Yeah. So you still have to keep up a certain academic standard to keep that scholarship. So they're still working at it, man. You know, and I mean, these are players that they work their asses off. They don't have time to go out and get jobs because they're constantly either in their head in the books or at practice. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's hard. And like I said, with these different conference realignments that's going on, and the Pac-12 being right now the Pac-4 looking ass next season, you know, it's going to be hard for a lot of these colleges to get the recruits that they want, because these recruits are going to start looking at these super conferences. Why? Because that's where all the teams are at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's going to be hard.
So that, and they know that's where all the exposure is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is on those super conferences, man. It does,
or
man. It's
you might start getting more college kids who just skip college and say, hey, I'm 18, 19 years old. I'm going to go try out for the XFL or the USFL.
And see, that's what I was going to ask you right now, man, is that how much of this do you see, like, you know, okay, there wasn't enough meat on the bone for me to get into one of these big conferences, right? Because of the amount of talent being pulled there. So how many of these guys are you going to see now playing 2 years in college and saying, guess what? I'm out. I'm going to the spring league. Because if I stay here, there's so much talent around me in this conference, I'm not going to be able to get drafted. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go build my stock in the spring league. We could be seeing a lot of guys leaving college early, jumping to the spring leagues, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just to go to the spring leagues, because they know they'll get a better chance to get seen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And they don't have to worry about getting drafted. They can say, hey, I played on the XFL team for a year, 2 years, got better, and got seen by an NFL team, and they signed me from camp invite.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't have to worry about playing in this Power 5 conference for 4 straight years and try to be the best damn player at my position in that conference with all these other super teams and not get the shine that I deserve. You know, I'd sit here and get drafted instead of first round. I'm getting drafted in the damn 4th round. You know what I mean? So it's
exactly.
Definitely one of those things that's gonna hinder, you know, the talent that's coming into college, because either they're not gonna attend college and they're gonna go directly to the XFL or the USFL or one of these spring leagues to develop their skills, or they're gonna spend less time in college. And because what's the point of going to a major college and then transfer? You know what I mean? And then you end up transferring to a smaller college, and it's like you still don't get seen.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So
exactly. Yeah, the best you can hope for is going to a smaller college and being signed as an undrafted free agent, which we all know is not. It's very rare, you know, that you become the next Tony Romo or somebody like that. You know, the chances aren't as good. You've got a better chance by actually going into the spring league, and that's going to start to become a thing as long as these leagues can remain relevant. It could be pulling a lot of these guys out of college early, man. I could see that happening. Definitely.
It says facts. I get that for sure. It just sucks all around of that. Yeah, it does. It sucks for the players, and it sucks for some of these schools and these conferences and the competition. You know, it's just all. It's all dying. Like college football is literally killing itself.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm still gonna keep saying this, is that I think that we're headed, whether it's in the next few years or so, to a split in Division I football, to where you're gonna see, and I mean, what's happening to these schools that are moving to these new conferences for their other programs, for basketball, for the other athletes, you know, that didn't ask for this. They didn't ask for
Exactly.
none of this, but because that money talks in college football, NCAA is like, no, we're going to go ahead and do this. We don't care about your swimming program, your track and field program, your
Your
basketball
basketball
program.
program. Even
Exactly,
if
man.
Alabama, let's just say Alabama or Georgia, for instance, won the NCAA men's
The
basketball
national championship.
championship,
Yeah,
national championship, then turned around and won the NCAA football national championship. Then their women's basketball team wins the national. I mean, just if there's so much success, why move a team like Oregon? They've
exactly.
had success in the
Exactly.
Pac-12.
Yeah.
Now you're moving them to the Big Ten.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's
It is.
big because now they're going to compete against Ohio State on a regular. They're going to be competing against Michigan on a regular. You know what I
And
mean?
what
They're
is
gonna be
what does that
competing
say
against
for like Texas,
Wisconsin.
man? When you look at teams like Texas and Oklahoma that are traditionally good
Going
at
to the-
both sports,
They're going to
but
the
then now
SEC.
you look, yeah, now the coaches, their basketball coaches are like, damn, I didn't ask for this. Now I got to play these
But-
dudes every year.
More competition brings out the best in players. I
It
can't say
does,
that,
but it also means
but it's just gonna suck.
Now it's going to hurt recruit. I think it's going to make
Mhm.
recruiting even that much harder now. These guys already worked their asses off in recruiting, man. It's going to be even more now, man.
Yeah. Third question from Hit says, setting everything aside game-wise, do you think it is wise for players in these leagues who are showing mental struggle should be required to seek mental help instead of ignoring it? Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I mean,
Hands down.
so we're still talking college, right?
We're talking
Talking college.
any
Okay,
level.
yes. Any time that you're in an eye like this with sports, I think you have to because the mental thing is real, man. It's legit.
Yeah.
Especially in the long run. And I think they should be required. Just like in school, when you're in NCAA, you're playing football for a big program like Alabama, and you're a starter on that offense. There's certain classes you're required to take that only football players are required to take. Something like this is, to me, it should be mandatory. Not just that, but the whole financial type of thing too, to prepare these guys for the next level. But the mental thing to me is number one for real.
They definitely need some financial advisory classes or some type of financial advisor, but they do need, I feel that every team should have a mental health counselor, no matter if it's on the college level or the NFL level, spring league level, whatever. Every football team out there should have a mental health counselor and coach.
Especially coming off of the Johnny Manziel documentary that just came out, when he talked about, contemplating suicide. It's like, you're not hurting them by making them take this, and yes, if we're going to give you a scholarship and we're giving you access to funds, to taking gifts now, to getting your own endorsements and to have a path to the NFL, well, then this is our requirement. Take it or leave it. That's the way I see it.
Jake says, no, why should you force someone to seek help if they don't want it? You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Then go to another school.
Get that. I get that. But if you're showing signs of mental health issues and then you do something to yourself, that school's held responsible.
Yeah.
That school is held responsible. A parent can say, hey, you didn't keep an eye on, you didn't take care of my child like you said you would. You allowed my child to be depressed and to fall into this depression. So now they didn't committed suicide, or they didn't did this.
Let's be honest, bro. People who need help, majority of the time, they're not going to tell you that they need help.
Right? You got to go make them. You got to make them seek that help.
And I get it. I get the whole thing about how we were talking about how the NCAA, makes money on these guys, but these schools also at the same time, they've got a lot invested in these players.
It does work like that. If something happens to your child on that campus, that school is held responsible.
I am holding you accountable because my child was on your watch.
You as a parent can sue that university.
Oh yeah.
Period. It does work like that.
And to be honest, well, the families are involved, but I can't be with my child if he's 3 states away
at
to play
school,
college football. You know what I mean? That's when like you said,
especially if
I'm leaving them in your hands.
if I have to travel to watch my kid play. You know what I mean? I could, if that's the only time I'm seeing him, only thing I can do is catch him after the game.
Yeah,
Hey, how's your head? How's your mental?
yeah.
Talking in person, maybe over the
And
phone every day is
and a
good.
lot of these kids aren't going to tell their parents. They don't want parents worrying. So they're not going to say, you know
Exactly.
what, I'm dealing with some stuff right now. Like I just said, people who really need help. And I know this because I've struggled with mental health too. We all have at some point.
Right.
Do you, is it very easy for all of us to go out there and tell somebody, you know what, man, I need some help right now? No, it's not. It's not, man. So, and especially at their age, because we all
Exactly.
been there. You know what I'm saying? There's that
They
pride
know it
thing,
all.
man. Yeah, yes, exactly. All I'm saying, like he's saying it doesn't work like that. But you know what? These schools have so much money invested in these guys that they
It
can
should.
tell them. They can tell them, look, you don't have to come and play under this scholarship if you don't like this requirement. You know, but there it is. There it is.
Exactly. That's a perfect example. Your boy
Yes.
Hernandez
Yes.
from the New England Patriots. Come on now, whole murderer. You went and committed a
Yeah.
whole murder. How can you blame a school for personal decisions of an individual? You can sue, don't mean you'll win. Actually,
You'll
what
win a
would
civil case.
happen? What would happen is simply this: the judge, the jury, and everybody else is going to look at the situation like anybody else would look at the situation. That child was under your care. That child was living on your campus. That child was going to your different classes. None of the teachers paid attention. None of the administration paid attention. None of the coaches paid attention. If nobody pays attention, yes, I'm holding y'all responsible because I can only do so much from home.
Yeah.
I allowed my child to take this scholarship and come to your school. You came to my house. You sat in my living room and you recruited my kid to come play at your school and told me that you were going to take care of my child.
Mm-hmm.
And when that does not happen and something happens to my child, yes, the school will be held responsible. Go look it up, bro. Trust me.
It's
It
the
happened.
same. It's the same being like in an everyday job. You know, if they don't give you what you need to safely do your job and you hurt yourself, guess who's liable? The company is. Yeah.
Look,
You see
I'm
what
not
I'm saying?
responsible
So
for this shit. The company
it works the
that I
same
work
way.
for responsible.
Yeah. And it does. It works the same way, especially because you're still dealing with, you can call them 18, 19-year-old adults, but they're still kids. They're learning the ways of this stuff. And I love the way you said it. You came into my living room and you convinced me that my kid was going to be safe in your hands, under your
Exactly.
watch. And he was.
It's just like if something happens at a regular school, regular high school, elementary school, you can sue the hell out of that school because your child is under their care.
I mean, why do you think the NFL, you know, started putting in all these standards in for CTE and making it to where these guys had to actually learn about CTE because they were getting sued and losing. That's why.
Yep.
So the NCAA could, I mean, these college teams are well within, in my opinion, I would have no problem with them doing that, them making that a requirement. Mental health class. It's part of your curriculum. It's part of your scholarship. Go take the class and pass it. That's all you got to do.
So that's all you got to do. But it helps.
Yes.
Because, hey, in that class, you can have a counselor in there. What's going on?
Yeah.
Gives all these students, you make it easier when you put these students in that type of setting to where now they feel comfortable because they have other students around them that are going through the same shit they're going through. Now they have somebody that they're comfortable talking around. Yeah, it may be a slippery slope. I'm glad you asked this question too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad you asked the question, Hit. But yes, you're right. It may be a slippery slope. These teams have millions invested in legal teams. Mental health and physical health are completely different. That's understandable. But at the end of the day, if you come into my into my living room and you tell me my child is going to be safe at your university, my child, you can't promise his safety on that field. Understandable. But off that field, you can do your best to keep my child's mental health safe and physical health safe. Period. Yeah. That's all it boils down to. And if you don't do that, I'm holding you responsible.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. It is. I mean, especially right now with mental health is at the forefront of everything in society right now, that no court is going to just throw that out. You know what I mean? Because the public eye is very big on mental health right now, man. And especially for football, because like we said with the CTE thing, man, like it is. Yeah. It's a big, big deal. And people are taking it very seriously. They really are, man.
They really are. Thank you, Hit, for that mail time.
That was a hell of a question, Hit, man. You know what? That would be, to be honest, bro.
My bad. That's a super loud. Wow.
To be honest, bro, that's a good topic one day for us to do, like, you know, a show on, man, like the whole yeah, for real, because there's a lot that can go into that.
Different CTE cases that's happened already, and you know, the different players that have suffered from CTE already, the different stories of what has happened with these players who have suffered from CTE. I mean, we've gotten guys who turned into stone cold killers, or committed suicide on themselves. You know, there's so much.
And you know, I thought it was kind of sad, man, that when I was seeing this stuff out there about the Johnny Manziel documentary, and you were seeing all these pages, NFL pages, everybody posting about when he said, you know, in the documentary that he considered suicide. You know, when he was getting moved. And it's like, and you know what kind of was sad, and this shows you how toxic social media can be. It was there was so many people clowning in the comments, and I'm like, damn, y'all serious right now? Like you can clown on the dude's game all you want, but something like this, it's like, damn, man, it kind of shows you. And that's another thing you can also get into with the whole mental health thing, man, is you know, say the social media thing that they need to teach these kids in college, because social media takes a big hit on mental health, man. So we got to get into that down the road, man.
We definitely do, because these idiots, you're sitting here disrespecting this man, but he's telling you, like, he spent $5 million on just straight liquor and drugs.
Yeah.
Just going crazy once he got traded from the Browns or released. When he got cut and released, bro, when he got kicked, basically released from the NFL, dude just went to a downward spiral. $5 million on liquor and drugs.
It's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And people are going to sit there and laugh at him.
Yeah.
And talk crap on him. Do you realize the pressure that kid had ever since he became a star in college?
Exactly. Yeah.
That takes a toll on people, man. And you expect these kids in college
that
to
mental pressure is big, man. That mental pressure is big. It is.
It's disgusting how some of these people are, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
I agree.
But you definitely gave us a future topic for a future show, man. Definitely.
Hit's always got some good questions, man. Hit's always got some good stuff, man.
And if you guys want to send in your fan mail questions, please do so at the Gridiron Podcast at gmail.com, or you can post it on the Gridiron Podcast Facebook page or the Gridiron Podcast Twitter page. So definitely leave your questions and we'll get them asked and answered right here on the show. Before we jump into our next quick segment, because we're going to be getting out of here soon, guys, but we got two more things definitely we want to talk about in the NCAA. Speaking of, but Marathon Poker, my boy Jake says, I get making it available to players, but if a team makes it available and the players don't accept, are the Patriots liable for what Hernandez did or the Raiders for what Henry Ruggs did? No, not at all. Those were personal.
Well, the NFL is a different entity, though.
Exactly.
Than college, because
and that's exactly these are grown men who are held responsible for they're held responsible.
And these are grown men that actually have their own people, like agents and management teams, you know.
And so they decide not to get this help.
Like when they're doing this stuff, when they're doing this stuff, you know, in the off season, it is on them. It makes the team look bad, but it is on them. But in college, when you're playing college and you're a student, you are constantly on their clock, constantly, no matter what.
Yeah, they cut them both. But guess what? That was decisions that they made to go out there and do those dumb things.
Mhm.
And that was the consequence. That was part of the consequence. Not only the jail time, because your boy Henry Ruggs III, I don't agree with this whatsoever. He was sentenced to 3 to 10 years, and that's it. For killing that woman and her dog going over 150 miles an hour. And trust me, I live out here in Las Vegas. Rainbow and Flamingo is residential area. This idiot was going up Rainbow, passing Flamingo at over 150 miles an hour and ran into the back of that lady and pushed her car 500 feet and it exploded into a flaming ball.
Yeah.
And she burned to death on the inside of that car because the people outside were trying to help get her out and couldn't because of the flames. So they literally sat there and listened to that woman burn to death. On top of that, Henry Ruggs didn't even give a damn. When he got, oh my God, I've seen the video so many times. Even his girlfriend, she was more worried about getting Henry Ruggs some help. He don't need no damn help. This woman's dying.
Yeah.
She's screaming, burning alive. And you're worried about getting him an ambulance? It's just 3 to 10 years. That's disgusting, man.
Yeah, I agree. And it's freaking sad, man. Like such a waste of freaking an opportunity and talent. There's so many guys out there that have their heads on their shoulders right that just weren't blessed with that would kill for that, man. And I don't mean kill literally, but you know what I mean. Like they would give up so much for that opportunity. For this guy to act like he wasn't even like remorseful, like, yeah, well,
3 to 10 years for murder by vehicle. That's how I look at it. You murdered this woman. You murdered that woman. You drove over 150 miles an hour, ran into the back of her because you just wanted to be cool and drunk. That's murder.
It is.
That's homicide. That's something. And 3 to 10 years, no. His ass is sitting in North Tower right now in Clark County Detention Center. He's in North Tower. He's in the bad boy tower. That's where all the killers and murderers and rapists and shit be at. Is in North Tower, in Clark County Detention Center out here in Las Vegas. That's where he's at, awaiting to go upstate to High Desert. But still, come on now, 3 to 10 years. That's all he's getting. That's exactly, Rig. That's a slap in the face of that lady's family, man.
Yeah,
that is definitely a slap in the face. Like 3 to 10 years, 3 to 10 years. I'd sue the hell out of the city. It's just disgusting. They can't cut him. They can't just cut him. They would have to kick him out and revoke his scholarship.
Yeah, he would lose a scholarship. Yeah.
But last thing I wanted to touch on before we get out of here is what's next for the Pac-12. We don't know. And as FSU and Clemson are still talking about leaving the ACC. So this whole conference realignment conversation is not dying. Like, what's going on?
The way I look at this is there's, like I've said it before, I think the Pac-12, if they want to survive, is going to have no choice but to start bringing in some of these other kind of mid-major level schools and inviting them in. That's the only way they're going to survive. You know what I mean? Is by dipping into like, the Mountain West Conference and Conference USA. Just those levels of conferences with football and saying, all right,
we're going to have to bring y'all into this Power 5 conference,
Go with the best schools in some of these other next lower tier conferences and see what you can do. That's the only way they're going to survive, man. That's the only way I see it.
Yeah, and because the ACC will be fine if both Clemson and FSU leave. If Florida State and Clemson leave the ACC, they'll be fine. They'll still have at least 10 teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it is a big hit, especially with Clemson leaving. But I still think they do still have enough with the teams that are there to survive. Definitely.
Yeah, they definitely do. So I think but like you said, the Pac-12, there's no telling what's next for the Pac-12 right now, as we can say, next season we're looking at a Pac-4. instead of the Pac-12. So there's no telling what's going to happen. We'll just have to stay tuned.
They've got a full year to figure this out, but they better be on it now.
Definitely.
Like now, they got to have people on this now and saying, look, we
need to figure it out.
This could be our last year if we don't do something, you know?
Right. So they better be offering invitations to some of these schools, like these mid-major schools, or some of these smaller conferences like the Mountain West, you know what I mean? Or the SWAC, you know, so I'm just saying, hell, if they go to the SWAC, that's bringing HBCU talent out.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just
I
saying.
agree.
But that's it for us this week, guys. Gabe, so happy to have you. Double G.
Thank you, bro. I got to get my ass to work, man.
It's all good.
Man, I wish I could have hit. I wish I could have hit that Mega Millions, man. Man,
I know, bro.
One day, bro.
Make sure you guys go and follow Gabe at Gridiron Nation on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
Hey, y'all. Same time tomorrow. My show will be streaming live, and I will have special guest Jersey the King. Man, we're gonna go in depth on the NFC East tomorrow, man. So y'all be sure to jump into that chat tomorrow.
Gridiron Nation at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 12 noon.
And you know, if we're talking about the NFC East, y'all know what's gonna happen tomorrow, right?
You gotta be there.
You know, with Jersey on the show, what's gonna happen tomorrow when we start talking about a certain quarterback. So y'all better tune in, man, because it's gonna be fun, man.
That boy Dak, divisional round Dak, you know.
Yeah, hashtag that's my quarterback.
Make sure you guys go and follow me on Spotify.
Man, but straight up, thank you, bro, for giving me this opportunity, man.
Most definitely.
I dig it, bro. I dig it, man. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. And it's gonna keep growing, brother. It's gonna keep growing. That's what
next week we're gonna have a great show for you guys. I'm hoping to get former New Jersey Generals defensive lineman Kevin Thurman on the show. So we will be I'll be keeping you guys up to date with that information as well. You can go follow on all these different links here. But the week after we'll be having rapper Perp 724 from Uniontown, Pennsylvania. One of my boys will be coming on debating with us. He's a Philadelphia Schmeagles fan. So that's going to be a great debate. That's going to be a great show. That's 2 weeks from today. So make sure you guys go and check it out. Again, I will be on the Gridiron Nation show tomorrow. So make sure you guys are there. Be square because it's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. We're talking about the NFC East. So, yeah, it's definitely going down. Make sure you guys also check out all my damn socials. There's so many. I'm not even going to go through them right now. The Fan Gang Nation show this Tuesday. Ball Hog 1 and Rig Rocker will be on super fans of Houston Roughnecks and the super fan of St. Louis Battlehawks, the Viking from the Battlehawks. He will be here as well. Next Thursday, I will be having linebacker Cecil Cherry from the Arizona Rattlers Indoor Football League team. He'll be on the Fan Gang Nation show, so you guys be ready for that. 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time next Tuesday and next Thursday. Next week, you can catch me and Gabe right back here on the Gridiron, guys.
Let's do it, man. Y'all get your questions ready, man. Get your questions ready.
Email your questions or post them on the Facebook page of the Gridiron or the Twitter page of the Gridiron and email them to thegridiron@gmail.com. I'm co-host Jersey the King. That's Double G, Gabe Garcia. This is the Gridiron Podcast. And until next week, y'all. Peace, love, and air grease.
Catch y'all next week. Actually, we'll catch y'all tomorrow and again next week.
And then again next Saturday. And then you guys can catch me on the Fan Gang Nation show for all my Vegas Viper fans. Fan Gang or don't bang. We all bite, baby. We'll see y'all next week, baby. Actually, we'll see y'all tomorrow. And then next week.
Then
Peace
next
out.
week.
The Gridiron. Holla at your boys.